Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Welcome to the page. Like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you. Because you could be doing anything with your time right now. I know you guys repetitively hear me say this on a consistent basis, but I really do mean that. For the little how much do I have? 229 subscribers? Which ain't a lot compared to, what's people really shaking and baking out there. But I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's only a matter of time before it grows and expand and people just continue to forward, share the message. You know how it goes, man. Michael Jordan didn't win his first chip until what, 8, 9 years in the league, probably. You know what I'm saying? So slow motion is better than no motion. Don't let your lack of results or what you think your results should be stop you from busting that move or making that move. You know what I'm saying? So people who just kind of stumbled upon this video because the algorithm was in my favor, thank you. I appreciate you. Smash that like button, subscribe. It's nothing but unbiased content, unbiased material. Leave your comments. Tell me what you want me to talk about. If it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm lying because I'm always going to I'm always going to continue to progress and grow because we all know the show don't stop. Education, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So that kind of just leads right into what I'm saying right now. Education doesn't stop just because you're out of school. You know what I'm saying? Education does not always have to mean some type of curriculum, a subject that may lead to a job like college or, your basic education like elementary school, junior high school, or if you dropped out of high school and got your GED, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, bachelor's, master's, the highest form of that type of education, and most people go to that higher level depending on the field they're in. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say this, it doesn't stop just because you're done with school. What they don't teach you in school is how to be a good person, how to better yourself, how to unlearn all the things that you probably learned that no longer helps you, no longer benefits you, you know what I'm saying, in your life at this moment. A lot of things we picked up from childhood, from our environment, our peers, our parents. You know what I'm saying? We all wasn't privileged to have great parents. They were great parents, but when I say great, meaning as far as giving you the tools that you need to be a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If they don't know, they can't give you something they weren't taught or they weren't seeking. You get what I'm saying? So you should always continue to seek a higher level of sense, meaning some self-awareness. They're not teaching you self-awareness in elementary school, junior high school, college. Unless you're going into like psychology or something like that, then you might get a brief little subject on it. But they're not really teaching you self-awareness and how to love yourself, how to have faith, how to kind of unlearn and use your mind in a way that is benefiting you. Because some of us, we think that we run in our minds, but our minds are really running us. You know what I'm saying? Yes, thoughts are going to come in left and right, up and down, but we could pick and choose what thoughts we have to what thoughts we want to entertain. You know what I'm saying? Not every single thought that comes into your mind should be entertained. It's up to you, depending how strong your mind is and how much self-awareness you have and conscious awareness you have. Will you know, should I entertain this thought or should I not entertain this thought? Because thoughts are going to be coming. So the day we die, we're going to have a million thoughts a day. That's just what's going to happen. So Self-awareness really played a big part in my life because I didn't really go to college. I think I went to college for like maybe a term, 2 terms, and I wasn't ready. I kind of went because I came out of high school. My mom was like, "Oh, you need to go to college. You need to go to college. That's just the American way. Go to college." I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for, so I chose what I felt like at the time would be a booming field. Was I think computer graphic production management or something like that. And I know nothing. I'm not computer savvy at all. I don't know nothing about computers now. And I didn't know nothing about computers then. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of chose it because my mom was on my ass and I had to pick something to get off my back. Clearly that didn't work out. I was still dibbling dabbling on the outside and I kind of jumped out and went out of town for whatever reasons. We'll get that. We'll talk about that in another video. But long story short is I never finished college. And I want to say, because I had an interesting, I don't want to say conversation. It was more like I put a post up on Facebook and somebody commented and everything is kind of perception because if the person was hearing what I was saying instead of reading what they thought I was saying and meaning, they probably would have got it. So I can't remember the post word for word, but the post was basically something like, um, just because you have a degree or some type of high level of education doesn't mean you're a good person or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I commented on that and said that's a fact because I know a lot of people, and I'm sure you guys know people or you work for people who have degrees in all type of fields and areas, and they're still a super dick. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have a degree, not in all cases. There's some people that are just good, kind-hearted people, well-rounded people, treat people how they want to be treated. Some people are naturally like that, or they work to get that mannerism. And there's some people that just never did that. Just kind of focus on the external things like, you know, validation. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the external things they probably focused on. I'm not even going to get into it. But the whole point I was trying to say, and I made a comment under the post, was saying, yeah, that's 100% fact. And this person came back and was like, oh, people need to stop hating on people and their villages and something. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, nobody's hating on nothing. I'm not hating. I applaud people who go out and get a higher education, whatever they're passionate about or whatever's going to help them make the type of money they want. Because money is a tool to help you in your life, your loved ones, whatever you want to pursue. So I'm all for that. But I was not saying don't go get degrees. I was not saying don't go to school, don't go to college. I wasn't saying that. All I was basically saying was just because you have a degree doesn't make you a good humanitarian, doesn't make you a great person. You know what I'm saying? If you are, that's great. But there's some people, and like I said, I know some of you guys leave some comments. Let me know if you feel I'm wrong or I'm right or left or right or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Because there's all types of people with degrees out there, man. There's stupid people with degrees out there. When I say stupid, they don't have no common sense. You know what I'm saying? They have no self-awareness. There, I'm sure you know a couple of them. I'm sure you probably work for some. I'm pretty sure maybe some work for you. You know what I'm saying? But on paper, they checking all the boxes. They got all these degrees and all that. But listen to how their mind works and the words that come out their mouth, it's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Actions speak louder than words. When you have a degree in a certain field in a certain area, all that means is you took the time out, you went to school, you dedicated your work ethic into studying and passing these exams that you needed to get that degree. You know what I'm saying? That's hard work, dedication, and discipline, which I applaud you for that. You did what you had to do, and now you accomplished that goal, and you got your degree in that specific area. Does not make you better than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Anyone else. That just means you have more knowledge in that field than I do, because I didn't go to school for it. know what I'm saying? So if we're not talking about that subject you went to school in and we're talking about something else, maybe you might not have the upper advantage on me in that field. Or maybe you will. Maybe you do. Who knows? This does not apply to everybody. So that's what I was trying to come across. Well, that's what I was trying to say when I was going back and forth with this individual. But again, I think maybe if we could have communicated as far as voice, that person would have kind of understood what I was saying. There was no way of me hating on none of that. There are rapers, there are pedophiles, there are abusive men, narcissistic people that have degrees. There are doctors, lawyers, judges, you name it. Nobody's perfect. But guess what? They have a degree in that field. Does that mean that they're a perfect person? So what are you talking about? And again, this is not applied to everyone. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say education don't stop. We need to continuously work on our self-awareness, and unlearn a lot of the bullshit that was fed to us, or the bullshit that we kind of took in because we didn't know no better. When you're 15, 16, even sometimes up into your 20s, you think you know, but you don't know no better, especially depending on who you hanging around, what you inputting in that mind of yours. You don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? All depends on you, your environment, your life experience. Everybody's life experience is different. Now, if you was like a what's that dude name? I don't want to butcher his name, but the rich dad, poor dad guy, right? He had a good advantage. He had mentors and people that was building him up in both ways. So that's why he's as successful as he is. Not everybody had those type of people around them as a kid at a young age, especially if you're from the hood, if you're from a city, a suburban area, you know what I'm saying, urban area, wherever you're from, you know what I'm saying? You you might have not had that good experience, that good well-rounded education. And I'm not talking about school education. I'm talking about maybe you didn't have your mother and your father, or maybe you did have your mother and father, but maybe they didn't know any better. People can only teach you what they know or what they're seeking. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. Let's continue to work on ourselves. To the day that we die, you should constantly be trying to grow. Develop a growth mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're out of school don't mean you have to pick up a book. You don't have to pick up a book anymore. You should always be kind of pick up a book that's going to help you in something in an area that's hindering you in so you can get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Because unless we're looking at ourselves, unless we're self-critiquing ourselves and self-evaluating ourselves, we're thinking we're fine. You know what I'm saying? This is why I told a couple of videos ago, I really say everybody should go to therapy. I feel like everybody should do at least give it a 90-day session. You know what I'm saying? See what you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And be 100% honest with the therapist. Don't tell them what you think they want to hear because you're worried about what they're going to think about you. This person doesn't know you from a hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like they're a lawyer. If you got caught for a crime or if you're doing something, they want to know the 100% facts so they know how to represent you. That's what a therapist is too. They representing you and they're gonna help you help yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this video is basically about. I know I was a little bit kind of all over the place, but it's basically about education doesn't stop because you're out of school. Pick up a book. If you don't like reading, there's audibles. You don't feel like paying for audibles, YouTube University. Like develop a growth mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no do-overs. We only here one time. This is a one-shot deal. A lot of y'all are very stupid. And I don't mean stupid like brain dead and retarded. I mean just very ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't know something, your judgment is just all over the place. You see that sign up there? No stupid people allowed, man. You know what I'm saying? I have a very low tolerance for stupidity and bullshit. And once I see that in someone, I'm not going to participate with you because I'm not going to let you stress me out, man. That's like me. I'm an electrician. I'm not going to sit there and argue with a makeup artist, you know what I'm saying, about how to run my wires. I'm just not going to do that. That this does not make any sense, especially if they're very passionate about what they're talking about, and they have no idea about electrical, and I have no idea about makeup. So I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. I can suggest something. That's all I could do. But I'm not going to argue back and forth when you are the master in your field. You know what I'm saying? So again, keep working on yourself. Self-awareness is key. A lot of us don't know because we don't know, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is implementing what you know, because you can read all the books in the world. If you're not putting with that knowledge to use, it's useless information. You know what I'm saying? So again, I applaud all the people with degrees out there. It doesn't apply to every single person with a degree. So please, I don't want to see in the comments. I thought you'll probably leave comments anyway, but I don't want to see it in the comments that, oh, I have a degree and I'm very well read. Salute to you. I'm not saying that applies to everybody. I was just saying, just because you have that, educate people feel like, oh, I went to school for so long, I have to learn them more. I'm so smart, and their ego, their head get big, and they validate themselves behind these degrees. That's great, but work on your character, work on your integrity, work on your manners, work on things that people can't take away from you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have a degree, don't make you better than me. Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Yo.